Hello everyone, we are from the group of 16. My name is Laela Febriani and my partner is Fadilia Fitriani. We will present the result of our group work on teaching listening, so as long as you enjoy it. Comprehension of listening pedagogical research. Listening as a major component in language learning and first-time teaching. Likewise, the natural approach recommends significant periods of silence, during which learners are allowed safe listening without having to go through the honesty of speaking before they are ready to do so. In other words, it can be exposed to a large amount of input, but most importantly, the linguistic information you ultimately derive from that exposure through conscious and subconscious attention, through cognitive retention strategies, through feedback, and through interaction. An interactive model of listening. Listening is not a one-way street. It is not just a process of unidirectional acceptance of an audible symbol. One aspect, step 1, of listening comprehension is the psychomotor process of receiving sound wave through the ear and sending nerve impulses to the brain. Neurological time should be seen in microseconds. The listener processes what we call raw speech and stores a picture of it in short the memory. The listener determines the type of speech even that is being processed, example, conversation, speech, radio broadcast, and then appropriately colors the perceived interpretation of the message. The author concludes the speaker's goals through consideration of the type of speech, context, and content. The listener remembers background information that are relevant to a particular context and subject. The listener gives the speech a literal meaning. This process involves a set of semantic interpretation of the ear-accept surface strings. The listener assigns the desired meaning to the utterance. The listener determines whether the information should be stored in short-term or long-term memory. The listener deletes the form in which the message was originally received.
Types of spoken language. Most of our language teaching energy is devoted to teaching conversational English language skills. However, many other forms of spoken language are also important to include in language courses, especially in teaching listening comprehension. In a monologue, when a person speaks using spoken language for a long time, plain monologues like speech and other pre-written material usually show little redundancy and are therefore relatively difficult to understand. Next, unplanned monologues, impromptu lecture and long stories in conversation show more redundancy, which makes interpretation easier, but the presence of more performance variable and other doubt can help or hinder.
And next, dialogue. Dialogue involves two or more speakers and can be further divided into exchanges that promote social interpersonal relationships and whose purpose is to convey proportional or factual transactional information.
The following characteristics of spoken language were adapted from several sources: Dunkel 1991 and Richards 1983 and Ur 1984. First, clustering in written language, we are conditioned to pay attention to sentence as the basic unit of organization. Second, redundancy spoken language unlike most written language, has a lot of redundancy. Next, reduced from spoken language documents to contain good redundant decal. They also have many reduced from. Next, performance variables in spoken language except from plain discourses. Everyday language students who have been exposed to standard written English and or textbooks. Language sometimes feel surprised and have difficulty. Stress rhythm and intonation. The prosodic feature of the English language are very important for understanding. Interaction in less the language learner's goal is exclusively to master some specific skill, such as monitoring radio broadcasts or attending lectures. Interaction will play a large role in listening comprehension. Okay guys, that's all from our group. Thanks for watching.